Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing our February Happy Valentine's Day love readings for both couples and singles, astrological signs, all 12. So I am excited to just dive right on in and do this reading for you here. So let's get started. Hello Scorpios. We are doing your February love reading for both couples and singles, and we are going to take a look at the overall energies for the month of February in terms of love for our Scorpio friends. Spirit, what are the overall energies that all Scorpios will be working with, single or in a relationship? What are the overarching energies they will be working with? The jumping card would be great. Okay, so for February, there's balance and gratitude. And so I get a sense that for many of you, there's either a call for more balance in your life, or this card is symbolizing the balance that is taking place as a result of getting imbalance, if that makes any sense. So as an overarching energy and theme for love with Scorpios, there is either a call for more balance or there is actually balance happening. And this card is also encouragement to keep that up. If you have balance, it is easy to have more balance in every aspect of your life, including your relationships, including if you're not in a relationship yet, making room for a relationship. You can't make room for a relationship, even if you are in a relationship, if your life is out of whack, if there's areas of your life that's taking over other areas of your life, it makes it difficult to be in balance and in turn be able to be in a loving and nurturing relationship. So if you're looking for love, this is a call to keep aspiring for more balance in your life. And if you are in a relationship, this is a call for making sure that things in your life are in balance: work, family, your outside interests, but first and foremost, you have to tend to yourself and your relationship. So you have to keep your priorities in check. Then we have gratitude. There's a great sense of gratitude for Scorpios. There's a sense of maybe finally you're on the other side of a trying time if you're in a relationship, and now you're grateful for your partner and you're grateful for this time in your life. And then this is also, perhaps it is February, it is around Valentine's Day. This is actually, you could be grateful for a gift, grateful for someone coming to spend time with you. If you're single, grateful for being single at this time. Maybe you are newly single and you're appreciating singlehood for some Scorpios, while other Scorpios are just grateful for being able to have a time in their life where, yes, they are dating, but, they are able to still, live that single life. So there's a great big sense of gratitude about where your life is for many Scorpios. Now, for some Scorpios, this is a call to be more grateful. Or if you are in love with a Scorpio, you're watching this video because you are just nosing around about your partner. Well, they either are not showing you a sense of gratitude. And so we're a mirror of what we see. And this is also for Scorpios who are dealing with partners who may not be showing as much gratitude for you as you'd like, or for what you do in the relationship, or what you bring to the table as you would like. Be a mirror, meaning if you want more gratitude from your partner, then you start to exhibit it to your partner for every little thing. Now, I know that seems counterintuitive. I know that seems a little strange, but it's like begets like. And if you start to be resentful and start showing certain things like you are not really feeling how they're not showing gratitude towards you, that's what you're going to get. So just ponder that for a moment. But I also get a sense that there's many of you who are in a high sense of gratitude, but there is a segment of the Scorpio population that is dealing with some not feeling appreciated feelings. But there's a way around that. And again, like begets like. Okay, let's look at the overall love energies through tarot, through the Celtic tarot for Scorpio. Single or in relationship Scorpios. What's going on with Scorpios for February? And is there any advice that you can give us, Spirit? What are we looking forward to or towards in February? Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of Wands energy. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay. Let's zoom in for a little bit and discuss this. So we have the Four of Wands. And with the Four of Wands, first of all, Wands is, like I like to consider the spirit, you know, like there's the mental, like for the swords, and then the passions and pursuits for me are the wands, and then the emotions and your emotional stirrings is the cups, and then the pentacles is like your soul and your physical being even, like different layers, if you will. So with the wands, we are dealing with passions and what stirs your soul. And the 4 is like a grounded number. As you can see, you've got the post here. Oh, sorry, off the camera. The posts are the wands in the ground, rooted. The passions are rooted. That's what I got a sense of when I was reading the oracle cards, is that you are grateful for this time in your relationship. If you're in a relationship, and if you're single, this is a time where you feel really grounded and solid in your heart and your heart space and your passion for another person, or if there is not another specific person right now, just about where you are in your life with love. Like you're okay with where you're at right now. And that's a great place to be in, Scorpio, because that means love will easily be able to come and ease on into your life. Whereas if you are out of balance and out of whack and kind of feeling all over the place about love and worried and with scarcity around it, that's going to kind of keep it away, you know. So this is a great place to be in. It's interesting. It's like, okay, here's the 8 of Wands here. So there's a progression with the passions, with things increasing, and with it's speeding up, if you will. Like the 8 of Wands is a fast moving energy, and you see this, they're kind of moving in this direction. So for some of you who are in relationships, there's going to be a pickening or a quickening up of the pace and more deepening of a connection, which is really nice because you have the Ace of Pentacles here, and there's new beginnings. I would say new beginnings in kind of moving in together, kind of taking your relationship to the next level, exploring what that looks like for some of you. For others who are like married, this is new beginnings. Like maybe you are connecting on such a beautiful, passionate level that is allowing you guys to have new beginnings in how you look at your finances. Like now it's not such a chore to come together, do a budget together, shop together, like just kind of make a new beginning in terms of your relationship. You can have many new beginnings in relationships and that's what keeps the relationship fresh. When you're both working on yourself and working on the relationship together with a common goal. That's the ticket. And so that's the guidance. And so that's the energy that coupled up Scorpios are going to be having. And that's where the sense of gratitude is coming from. For the month of February, it's a solid month of passionate connections. And that's beautiful. And for our single folks, this bodes well too, because this says, okay, you're feeling solid, secure at the beginning of the month of February. And then as you move towards the middle, there's a quickening happening where there is maybe someone who finally reveals some of their emotions to you and they want to, they're kind of saying, look, I'm feeling something towards you, and they ask you out on a date. And so then by the end of February, you're looking at a new beginning in terms of a relationship. One that is more, it's different. It's not like you could have gotten like the Ace of Wands here, where it's all passion, passion, passion. But this is something different with this particular person I'm thinking of for some singles who are going to encounter this new person. Or it's not necessarily a new person, but a new potential relationship. This person's been around. But there's something different, like a new beginning in terms of a relationship that could build into like a future marriage, a contract, if you will, versus just passion, where, you would see another card here would indicate maybe just a sexual affair. This indicates something deeper. And then for those who just really will not have any person yet on the horizon in February, this still bodes well. Like you're still progressing in that direction, and there will still be flirtations with people. You're just going to be grateful for where you're at, and that's just going to bring you closer. So yeah, you may not, for some Scorpios, it is in your forecast, if you will, your tarot cast, to meet someone. It may not be until spring for some of you. Some of you are already there, but that is just the overall energy I'm sensing. There's a reason why you're grateful, because you are moving in the direction you're trying to go. So it's a beautiful time for you, Scorpio. Beautiful time. All right, so let's look at the outside or inside influences that can impact Scorpio's love lives for both singles and couples. Let's look at what could be impacting Scorpios. Okay. Now I see why there might be some great gratitude. Okay. So the card that comes up is family changes and windfall. So, I'm going to take a look at the guidebook here. Okay. So this says, this card comes to you with the announcement of a change in your family. You needn't worry about this shift because it unfolds with divine blessings. Trust that you and your family are entirely watched over and protected by God. And this change only arises because it is the free will choice of those involved. Your role is to keep steady prayers that everyone chooses the path of God's love. Then release your prayers with faith and love. If you need to take action, God will clearly guide you and support you all the way. While change can seem threatening in the long run, it always works out for the best. And so it is with your loved ones. Truly, this change will bring you closer together and bond you in new ways. Additional meanings: pregnancy, birth or adoption, a changing living situation. Like we said, some of you guys are going to be taking your relationship to the next level. Life transition, health concerns, marriage. Like I said, some of you guys are going to be taking it to the next level. And so this card confirms that. It also confirms that for some of you, there will be, maybe some discussions about the family dynamics. Maybe you have some young adult children that you and your partner are addressing or dealing with, and it's kind of causing a rift. And maybe it's time for those children to leave the nest. Maybe you've got other relatives needing to come stay with you. Maybe some of you are getting, falling pregnant. Okay, that could very well be. Windfall. Now, typically when you think of windfall, you think of money. So let's take a look and see if there's anything that windfall could definitely impact your love life. Okay, a positive change in your finances is indicated by this card. Although the newfound abundance may be unexpected, it definitely serves a purpose in your life. Your prayers for support have been heard and answered, and now it is your role to utilize the windfall in the most beneficial way. Let's see. Pray and meditate to have the strength to say no to distracting influences that can squander your resources. You have access to divine wisdom to guide your investments so that they continue to support your health, happiness, and mission. Most of all, do not allow any fluctuations in your finances to stress you, as you have the power to be at peace no matter what's going on around you. And as you emanate peace, so too do you attract all you need. And additional meanings: paying off debts, a healthy and positive change in spending habits, learning how to receive. And I mentioned that earlier about some of you are going to budget and connect with your partner in that way because you guys are passionate about the success of your relationship and your household. And so as a result, that can increase money. Some of you are getting some in the US, they'll be filing taxes and getting tax refunds, and you will be able to find a mutual way to maybe save the money or go on a trip or do something fun. So this is a good time. There is a reason for Scorpios to be grateful for, what's going on in February, for sure. For sure. All right, so we are looking at the sexual sensual energies for Scorpios in February for singles and couples. Okay. First card, Maiden, or I will say Page of Swords. And then we have, oh my goodness, I'm assuming the Hermit, the Seeker. Kind of scary looking. Okay, so in terms of sensual, sexual energies, the Page of Swords is ready to, mentally is ready to go there, like ready to take it to the next level. But perhaps, your partner needs a little more convincing of it. And with the traditional, the Hermit card, the Seeker, the person kind of going within, I get a sense that both of you, even though there's a lot of passionate connections, there's a sense of kind of pulling within, almost within yourself for the month of February. And it's making for a different kind of love-making experience, where you kind of need to, again, bring balance into it, where one person's kind of a little too heady off here into their head space and not really focusing on their partner's needs so much. Whereas the partner over here is like, because of that feeling, I'm kind of pulling within and just kind of, I'll pleasure myself later, or I'll nurture my own needs later, while my partner is over here kind of being a mental stress case, if you will, while we're even trying to connect intimately. And so just, again, find that balance. I don't know who it is in the dynamic of your relationship, whether it's the Scorpio dealing with that with their their partner or your partner is dealing with the Scorpio. If it's the Scorpio that I'm speaking to right now, definitely you need to find some balance and get on the same page with your partner. Ask them what it is that they need and want in terms of intimacy. Always check your intimacy meter with what you're giving out and what your partner is giving out and what they're receiving and what you're receiving. Balance. Okay, so let's look at some romantic advice for our Scorpio friends for February. What are we looking at, Spirit? What additional words of wisdom can you give our Scorpio friends? Nice. Okay. First card that comes up, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that's what we were talking about. Yay! Yay for Scorpios. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. And then the other card that jumped was children. Your love life is being affected by children. I am going to read from the guidebooks on this, and then we're going to have a little bit more of a discussion about it because we discussed this earlier in the reading. Getting to know each other, your bond is deepening, and then children. Somehow children are going to be impacting the relationship. All right, getting to know each other. Let's see. The romance angels are guiding you to create intimacy with your partner by revealing your true feelings, your dreams and desires, and the other innermost aspects of yourselves. You discover commonalities and learn new ways of relating. If you're presently in a relationship, this card is a message of healing through honest dialogue. This is particularly true if you've stuffed down feelings instead of discussing them with your partner. Perhaps sitting together with a counselor will give you the strength and support to admit them. Regardless, this card clearly guides you toward holding deep and honest discussions for the benefit of your love life. And like I said earlier, this is speaking to some of you definitely deepening a bond with someone. And also, even if you're not in a relationship, this could be deepening a bond with someone close, and it could then spark a relationship. So there's just a deepening of bonds overall for our Scorpio friends. Then we have children. What do the children have to do with it? Let's see. The romance angel sent you this card because children are a significant factor in your love life. Either you want them or you or your partner have kids who are influencing your love life. This is a factor to consider when you desire to improve your romantic future. The angels honor and support all expressions of love, and they're willing and able to help you with any issue concerning children. Let's see. In addition, this card can signify that you or your partner's inner child is affecting your relationship. This may mean there's a need for playfulness or a lighthearted spirit, or it could signal that it's time to heal a childhood emotional wound. The loving nature of your inner child and children in general is supportive of healing work, especially when its intention is to bring in more love. And again, like I mentioned earlier, for some of you, you could have some children affecting the relationship, affecting even your romantic feelings towards your partner, because you guys may have a disagreement. But remember, you guys are a unit. You need to get on the same page. And then in terms of maybe where you are in children, you have to, when you're dating, this is also advice for single folks and people in relationships. You need to get clear about where you feel, what is going on with children. How do you feel about it? Do you want children? Or are you willing to date someone who has children? Get clear on that, because if you feel a certain way about it, and it's okay however way you feel about it, but if you're continuously attracting partners who have children, that's just not where you are not able to deal with someone with other children, then you need to get clear about that with the universe so that doesn't continue to happen. On the other hand, if that's not a deal breaker for you, that could actually open up more partners for you. So get clear on that is what I get a sense. I got a sense to say that. Okay, so what advice for healing for in the love department for Scorpios can we give, Spirit? What advice for healing? What area of love life for our Scorpio single and coupled up? What advice can be given? Okay, entrapment. Let's see, entrapment 34. You're letting too many things in your environment control your life. You need balance. So for some of you, this is calling you out for some of you Scorpios. It's calling for, there's some of you who got balance going on and you're already went through the phase of, oh my God, I need to get my life back in balance. And while others of you are still kind of straddling along, maybe for where you fall on the birthday chart for Scorpios. I don't know. But anyways, this is going to be interesting. Here's where the advice comes in. You have drawn this card because it is time for a shift in personal power. You're encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, and the bank's fault. The system that many ultra-successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationships with like-minded people. And I also bet they're not tied to online little games or other time suck situations or other distractions like, immense immersion in social media, maybe workaholic tendencies, watching too much TV. So you got to get back in balance if you want your relationship to succeed, or if you want to call in a relationship into your love life. Because, that's why probably that balance card is there. But again, we're dynamic people, right? With the good comes some challenge work that we have to work on. So it's all good. This isn't bad. This is things that you could easily work on. And now we're just going to do the White Rabbit Oracle for some loving last words of wisdom for our Scorpio friends. What words of wisdom or guidance about this reading for February for Scorpios can we leave them with? Okay, we'll take that one. Any other messages? Okay. Lately, in the last couple of readings, it kind of is like showing what's going on throughout the month with these last few cards. So we have enchantment, a sense of being enchanted with your partner. If you're not in a relationship, being enchanted with your love life as a whole, which is a beautiful place to be. If you're wanting to welcome in the loving energies of a new relationship, this is a beautiful and divine place to be. You're invited, by spirit to recognize that you have a beautiful thing going on to be grateful for. Gratitude is what brings in more of these gifts to you. You'll receive more and more and more. So you're invited to continue to experience and feel gratitude in your heart and to say it to those you're grateful for and to show it, so it's beautiful, beautiful. Remember to connect with your imagination. If you need to connect also with your partner so you guys are both on the same page in terms of intimacy, in terms of spending time together. You know, tap into your imagination. Your intuition and imagination is there for you. And you are just as intuitive and imaginative as anyone else, as any psychic on the planet. You can come up with things that will make your relationship special and dear to you and your partner. You can come up with ways to have fun if you're single and start to meet people. Or if you're not in a space where you're really trying to meet people, your imagination is going to guide you to what is fun in life. There should never be a sense of boredom because there's always something to access when you tap into your imagination. And finally, you've got some shadow work to do because for some of you, balance is super important and it's an energy that many of you are contending and dealing with for the month of February. And as you enter springtime, and the shadow aspects could be, you've got some influences here where you're feeling like you're entrapped with some alcoholic kind of situations. And so you'll be needing to deal with that in February alongside feeling all the positive stuff. You still got some work to do in terms of bringing more balance into your life. And that's the shadow aspect that you'll be working with and dealing with in February. So it's still a fantastic month for Scorpio, single and oh, I have to decline my husband calling. I'll have to call him back. But it's a beautiful month for you all. And I just know that despite what you're working on here, everything is going to unfold beautifully because it's all in the cards. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.